we have the person who's going to take us to Big Willie. Guys, my name is Alfred Montaner, and you are watching the behind the scenes here in Boot Düsseldorf.
Boot Düsseldorf, yeah.
What does Boot, B-O-O-T, stand for in German?
It's German for boat.
Okay, yeah. So that's German for...
Yeah,
guys, I didn't know. I was like, boot?
Yeah, it's like boot.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like, what does the boot have to do with it?
It's German for boat.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to show them behind the scenes. Can you introduce yourself so that my audience knows who you are?
Yeah, my name's Ian Hume. I'm the head of logistics at Messe Düsseldorf, and boat is one of our most exciting events.
Okay, so what we're going to show them, we're going to show them the process of kind of behind the scenes. There's 2 days that I'm here. I obviously can't be here the entire time, but this happens from December all the way to the 18th of January.
That's right.
We have a boat behind us that's going to be craned in. Can we show that a little later? Yeah. The boat, how it gets craned in. But you want to take me now to see Big Willie. Big Willie's the big boy that brings all the big boats that are in Hall 6.
Hall 6 and also Hall 16, but also Hall 1. Yeah, depending on when, if they come on their own keel up the Rhine, then we can crane them out of the Rhine directly. Guys,
we're going to go ahead and show you guys an amazing behind the scenes here at Boot. And let's go to the Rhine River.
We'll do that.
Is it Rhineland or Rhine?
Rhine.
Rhine. Okay, Rhine. Guys, let's go.
So we get bigger boats in at some stage, which is why you see that on the one side the double set of rivets.
Alex, don't run, Alex, because you're a part of the video too. You're the reason I'm here.
That's right.
Okay, guys. Alex, introduce yourself, because you actually found the channel, and you know, behind the scenes between yourself and Anne, they've been working, getting me over here to do this content. Yeah. So introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi guys, my name is Alex. I work for Messe Düsseldorf in Chicago. So we have a subsidiary in the US. So I'm taking care of everybody coming from the US, visitors and exhibitors. And I found Alfred through my internet search, getting ready for Miami Boat Show. And I thought, like, that's so cool what he does. We have to get him over here. And now here he is. And wait for it, right?
Wait for it. And you know, this looks like Independence Day right here, right? Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, this is the entrance, the south entrance to the fairgrounds. So one of our main entrances. And yeah, so we built this in 2019. It was opened. So that's fairly new.
I'll tell you, I'm going to make this a Star Wars track. But here's the star. This is the star
of the boat
of Düsseldorf. Okay, so let's get a. Can we go under this thing? Yes. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, now I feel like I'm breaking the law. I like this. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about Big Willie. And now we're on the Rhine, right? So
we're at the Rhine. Yeah.
So this is Big Willie. And Big Willie is the main reason we can get all those massive yachts into the show. Where is the entrance where it would go?
The boats come on the Rhine.
Okay.
Big Willie's already in the Rhine, and the boat drives in between the two sets of legs, basically, and are lifted up with straps, basically up, and then it drives back out of the Rhine, and we put the boats on a trailer. So, and then we trailer with a truck. We trailer them to the halls themselves. So that's the process.
Okay. So let's. This is fantastic stuff, because I want to give them a visual representation of how massive this is. Get next to the wheels. Yeah. This is what I want to show them.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Look how massive. Okay. Yeah. I think this is going to be the thumbnail. Yeah. 100%. So this is a fantastic piece of machinery. I'm assuming that you have to have a lot of experience to operate this.
Yeah, it's a very individual piece of machinery. It's got a truck motor in it that's no longer built, but it's a very old, very reliable truck motor in it. It's got a lot of hydraulics. The whole legs have got extensions on this side, for example. They extend out about 3 or 4 meters, so that the boat is kept on an even keel horizontally when it goes down these ramps. If you see
let's
here.
See those ramps, because here's the thing, right? One of the things that I noticed while I've been walking through the Rhine, and I was in the old town, and I saw one of the ships going. The current rips.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of current here.
Yeah.
Like, so how does Big Willie not float away?
It's got 2 anchor points at the back. Yeah, so it just there are 2 big cables. It's anchored, so it pulls itself up basically with the cables. It doesn't drive up with the wheels. Although they're driven,
Okay.
the thing can drive. All axles can turn. So we drive it back into sight after the boat show. That's why we have 4-laned road next door to the exhibition centre, because that needs it. It's 12 metres wide on its own. And these are the ramps. It'll drive down here into the Rhine. The boat will float up upstream,
Okay.
into Big Willie, basically between the legs, and then the straps will be lowered down into the Rhine already. They'll float. It'll float in. They'll position the straps, and then they'll lift the whole thing up, and then it drives all back up here. Takes quite a long time.
Alex, have you seen the boat ramp channel stuff that I do at the boat ramp or no?
Yes, I have seen it.
Yeah.
Do you think I should film at the boat ramp over here?
Yes, that would be quite a show.
It's a very, very interesting thing. You know, time lapse. You'll have to time lapse it, but it's a very interesting piece of equipment. And
So I'm assuming you guys have to also, once you're transporting, you have police officers guiding
Yeah.
to get people to cross the road.
we have permission to do that. We have accompanying vehicles ourselves, and it's only, you know, we're right at the exhibition centre, so basically we do that ourselves. But all the if there are any special transports coming in from the motorway, for example, they'll get escorted in by the police. But we also have you'll have the Rhine police. You'll have the Rhine police here. They'll escort that if we have a big pontoon coming in with a lot of boats. They'll have the police, the water police.
So this ramp is not a public ramp, or is it?
No, it's us. We built it.
Okay, so this is only accessible to you guys.
Yeah. So we built it, and it goes out here another 20 meters into the Rhine.
Okay.
So that it's so basically it's flat. Once you get into the water, it's flat.
It's flat.
Yeah.
For 20 meters.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
All right,
We
guys.
can lift up to 100 tons.
With this crane, we can lift up to 100 tons.
But didn't you say you have 130 ton in there?
That's right.
Oh, almost. I listen. I listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do differently? How did you get that 130?
That's the thing. Up the other end of the next to Hall 6, we have a big NATO ramp.
Okay.
It was a ramp where bridges could be built over the Rhine.
Okay.
From NATO forces, for example, when the big concrete ramps that go into the or platforms that basically go into the Rhine, and we use one of those, and a pontoon will come up from Rotterdam with the biggest boats on them.
Okay.
They'll already normally be trailered on that, and then then they can unload at this ramp, and then we pull them with trucks into the halls, and then unload them.
Interesting.
It's an interesting feature. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that this engine, they no longer make it.
No.
And
Yeah.
And
we're working on the next generation. So we're planning maybe to in the next 2 years to build a new Big Willie.
will I be able to get on top of Big Willie at some point? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just say yes for the camera.
See. We will have to see today.
Wait for it.
or tomorrow. We'll sort that out. Well, there's always a chance. Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and wait for it. Maybe we'll show you guys Big Willie from here up top.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys know exactly how they get the boats into the boot boat
That's
show.
how you get things, by asking on camera.
Listen, you know what my motto is, right?
Yeah.
It's harder for somebody to say no when you're in their face.
Yeah,
I always tell somebody, hey, listen, you want something done, tell them, ask them in their face.
Chance, Alfred.
No, listen, just with
No, that's okay. But let's say today and tomorrow we're quite busy. You know, so that's it. So,
Yes.
so maybe Saturday or something like that.
Oh, I'll find the keys. I'll
Yeah.
be here long enough.
Yeah.
I'll find the keys. If you guys see Big Willie in the river, you'll know what happened.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and go back inside because this Miami boy is freezing. This is uncomfortably cold for me.
I mean, it gets better tomorrow. I know I've been saying
Yeah.
that already yesterday. But
It's
Say-
warm.
there
We
will
were
be
minus
sunshine.
1 degree.
So, somebody that's coming from Chicago,
Yes.
a place that's actually probably even colder than this.
A little bit, but like we have a little bit more humidity here, so
It's-
it's probably like 30, 40 degrees right
It's
now,
windier.
but, like,
It's
it
windier
still
in
feels
Miami,
cold
in
here,
Chicago.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
let's go ahead and get back.
It's plus 3 degrees. We had -1 last week, so there you go. It's not that different. So we'll drive up the top. I don't know whether you want to see that ramp.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Let's go
yeah,
see the
let's
ramp,
go
guys.
see
We're
the
gonna go
ramp.
show that ramp real quick. Okay. So this is technically the NATO ramp.
This is a NATO ramp. Yeah, on the other side there's a ramp as well. So here, boats, pontoon bridges basically could be set over the Rhine in a war scenario.
Okay, so this is one of those commercial.
That's right. The Rhine's one of the biggest commercial rivers in the world, basically. A lot of that's probably some sort of fuel coming up, probably from Rotterdam or maybe Duisburg. So there's a lot of production facilities along the Rhine. Down into Switzerland, we're at kilometer 749.
Oh, okay. So it'll. I was asking about that, guys, because I saw this number here and it says 749. And basically, so the Rhine starts in Switzerland.
Yep.
And it'll come all the way. So we're 749 kilometers
From the beginning of the Rhine.
from the beginning of the Rhine. Okay. So the current flows right now. This barge is going. What is this, like a fuel barge here? Or
Yeah, it's a fuel barge.
Fuel barge.
Yeah.
And most of this fuel is coming from where?
It'll come down from Rotterdam.
Rotterdam.
Yeah, on the coast, the Dutch coast.
Okay.
From refineries there, probably. It'll be going up. It'll probably be chemicals or something. I'll go to a big chemical plant, maybe Ludwigshafen or something else like that.
Is this high tide right now?
That's the water's quite high. It's normally quite a bit lower. And the tide's an interesting thing. If there's so much water, if you imagine this, when we come up with a pontoon,
Okay.
it has to be straight ahead. So
Okay.
it's 90 degrees across the tide, and you look how fast that's flowing.
Yes.
So that's quite a bit of work there. And then the water police is here doing the traffic regulation basically. And this is where you put ramps come down we take a track and we'll pull the biggest boats.
Now this won't be used publicly, or will this be used publicly by the people
Jet ski loiter, jet skis.
in this area? Only jet skis. What about that ramp over there? What's that
That's
used?
just an additional ramp for vehicles going in, basically. But this is the.
And what was the big boat, the 130 ton that you brought?
Yeah.
What was it, Sunseeker you said, or what was it?
I don't know whether Sunseeker, it might be Ferretti. Well, I have to see.
We'll show it. We'll show it in the video once we know. Okay, so because I can drop in the footage. But yes, this is the stuff that really. And then you said that the Rhine will go how many kilometers? Because we're at 749 now. I mean, you don't have to give me an exact, but where does it end?
It ends at the North Sea.
North Sea.
Yeah, so at Holland. So I think it's got another 150 kilometers or something like that to go.
And you see the 749 all the way in the distance over there on that ramp as well. And this is what they would consider the NATO ramps.
Yeah, that's the NATO ramp.
All right.
You'll see how the boats going down to Rotterdam are going a bit faster.
Oh, that's a lot faster. Okay, because that was one of the things that I was wondering. I was like, man, how do these people get these big boats with the current that's flowing in here?
Yeah.
And I see like for instance that actual barge has a car on it.
Yeah, they're little companies. You know, that guy will own the boat, and that's his car. He lives there.
Really?
Yeah, and he'll have a little crane, and he'll park up somewhere and drive home maybe for the weekend with his car. It'll be a Dutch company probably.
And I see that there's like a tugboat here.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
Yeah, I think that might be the water authorities because of the high water mark. Yeah,
Okay.
We've got a lot of high water, and he'll probably be looking at the situation. Yeah, that's the authorities of some sort.
We got Alex giving us a ride.
Yeah. And that's how we do it.
There you go, guys. That is.
It's Uber. But guys, we need to see Petros.
Yeah, we're going to hole 6 now.
In hole 6.
Let's go.
Schedule.
All right, guys, let's go. Busy schedule. We got Petros. We're gonna meet right now. Wait for it.
So we are now in hole 6.
This is not what I remember last year. Like, I didn't see any crates last year. So this is kind of like what I like my audience to see is all the hard men and women, or hardworking men and women that actually make this possible, because in this aspect right now, these are their own vendors that they use to do and set up their actual booths, right?
Yeah.
Because when Messe hands over to boot you guys, it's literally empty. This whole place is
the hole's empty. They'll come in December and do the big rigging work, putting in screens, things like that. That'll be done first in December, and the first boats start coming in December. All the boats that come in here are scheduled because they're so big, and you'll take at least 2 cranes per boat, if not 4.
Yeah.
But you just need the space. So we start at the back of the hall. They'll be scheduled in. They'll have fixed dates basically when they come in, and they have to be on time. And because if you see, their things aren't small.
Okay, so this is
Sunseeker.
Okay, so this is what last year when I came here and I was like, and I saw these big boats indoors, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, because right here you guys are in Germany, and the temperature is obviously uncomfortable if you had this show outside, especially in January, right?
Yeah.
But being indoors, it's climate controlled. Everybody's going to be comfortable. It's nice and warm in here.
Well, it's a seasonal thing as well. It's a water sports show.
Yes.
As well. So you've got surfing, diving, etc., etc. You've got tourism and things like that. So you know, January is a good time for planning your boating season or planning your new boat. Yeah. So a lot of these boats will come by Kiel from England, Sunseeker. They'll boat over from southern England, come up the Rhine, and be lifted out. Yeah.
How big is this hall? It has 20,000
So how many visitors do you guys usually get when this event happens? Like
220,000.
220,000?
Yeah, in 9 days. Yeah.
And so the economic impact that this brings to Düsseldorf is immense.
Yeah, it's a big show. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we do a lot of shows a year, but this is one of from the visitor side of one of the biggest shows.
So we're going to meet Petros now, right?
We're going to meet Petros. Petros is the project director. He's responsible for everything to do with the boat. He's basically
the man in charge for running the show.
He's responsible for the boat.
Okay, so there's a reason why we ran over there from the NATO ramps all the way over here, because he's a busy guy.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we find him real quick.
We'll try and find him.
Galleria, so we have to go 1 level up.
Yeah, we'll go down here to the central aisle.
What is the closest to get up?
Down here.
All right, guys.
Oh, we go the other way.
I hope you guys are really fascinated, because I think this is just fantastic behind the scenes stuff, showing what it takes.
Punkte, es gibt, wo man hochkommt. Es gibt links, rechts, die Galeria hat ja 4.
Die beiden Enden sind nicht möglich.
Okay, dann gehen wir mal hoch, weil der ist bestimmt oben.
Yeah. So what might be interesting, if you look at the back there,
okay,
that at the back there, that's a door. It goes right up to the ceiling and opens to get all the big boats in.
Okay,
so it's 12 meters wide, 15 meters high. So and that's why you've got one door where we get the big boats in, which is why we schedule it and we start at the back and placing the boats and move our way basically forward to fit in all the boats.
This is just mind blowing. Just seeing how this is all
we'll
set
go
up.
up here and go up the top.
All right, guys, let's go upstairs.
And it really helps that this hall doesn't have any columns.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to move around the boat too much. Like you have a lot of open space in this hall.
Yeah.
And no height restrictions basically.
No, you know what's going to be pretty interesting is that they're going to see this behind the scenes video, right? Yeah. Which, like for instance, there's people that have to take out the garbage, and there's just so many. Everybody is important to make this event happen.
We're going up here.
All right, let's go here, guys. Does Petro know he's going to be on camera right away? That's what my audience loves.
He would never have a problem with that.
Okay.
But where is Petros?
I don't know.
He also wears an orange jacket that I know. But
Oh, this is a fantastic view here.
this is,
Wow.
we call it the Galleria. Is that Petros in the back? Is he leaving the hall?
No. Could be.
They said that you're not scared of the camera, by the way.
No,
They said.
never was.
If anybody's not scared of the cameras.
Oh, this is what we're here for, guys. Alex said that you were going to give me free tickets to tomorrow's soccer game.
Was actually throw me under the bus. Yeah. Throw me under the boat.
Listen, this is that's what did I tell you? It's harder to say no when somebody's in your face.
You got me a second time.
Especially with a camera.
Yes.
Now I want you guys to actually meet Petros.
Hello.
Petros is, so you're essentially in charge of making sure that this show is what it is. Obviously with the men and women that actually help behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, with a huge team, lots of colleagues supporting, and of course knowing each and everything what's to do, and that's why we are able to create the biggest indoor marina in the world.
Okay, and so what we just did, we actually just went to the NATO ramp, and we also went to Big Willie. And I was talking there because I'm showing my audience exactly how you get these, what I call monster yachts, right? These are just the huge yachts. And they were telling me that there is a 130-ton yacht that you guys brought into the show this year.
Yes, the yachts we can bring in are up to 35, 37 meters, depending on the volume they have. So I think in 2020 we had the biggest yacht ever at Boat Düsseldorf.
Really?
180 tons, 35 meters. Yes.
Unbelievable.
So we are able to do that because we are working with a team of logistics from K&N, which is really dedicated to the job. We have people working in the third generation when it's coming to bringing out the boats of the Rhine River.
Really?
What you see here is really unique.
Yeah.
It's a show in the middle of the winter. It's a show where we have a beautiful Rhine River, but there is no marina coming around us, and we still and will be hopefully the biggest international boating and water sport show in the world. So, and this is something unique, being here in Germany and welcoming more than 200,000 people every year, and from them more than 70,000 people from more than 100 countries. That makes this unique, and this is actually the biggest meeting point and networking point for the whole industry.
So tell me a little bit about the economic impact that this particular boat show has on the area, right? Like what I mean, because I see a lot of jobs here, a lot of people working.
Yeah.
So what's the economic impact here for this show?
We are talking also about sales inside the show. This is one part, and these are figures. I just can tell you that out of this hall, in 9 days, the exhibitors sell about 180 to 200 super yachts.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which is huge. Sometimes it is 20% of their yearly turnover, what they're selling here at Boat Düsseldorf. In general, the economic impact for the region, for the city, is about 180 million euro. The direct impact for the economy of the region.
Okay, so Petros, they were telling me this starts in December. I mean, how long has this show been happening? Since when did you guys start that? And what was the vision when it first started to where it's at now?
The show starts very small in 69. 1969. Now it's the 56th edition. And that time we didn't had plans to become the major show in the world, but it happened because Düsseldorf has a very easy approach for the international guests. We have built this hall actually 30 years ago because of the big boats, and you see the gate, which is a very special gate. It opens up to 10 meters wide, so that
that's the gate over there?
Yeah, that's the gate behind the
let's
column.
go see that real quick, because I think that's very telling of the vision that you guys had, because we were at Big Willie and they said that Big Willie was expanded at some point, right?
Yeah, right.
So right. I'm trying to get on Big Willie, that's my goal for this trip. So Big Willie is a part of bringing a lot of these boats in here to this particular hall.
Yes, the bigger boats, which are not coming from the street, they are coming down the Rhine River, mainly from Rotterdam, and then they are lifted out of the water by Big Willie. This is something we are doing every year, and it's taking about 10 days to take out all the boats coming to Boot Düsseldorf, and again we need about 10 days for the boats bringing them in again, going mainly directly to the customers, because most of these yachts are sold already.
Yes, we spoke about that too in the video.
Yeah.
So I mean, my first impression, because the first time I came here, Petros, was last year.
Okay.
And I film a lot of the shows in the States. And when I came in here, I was so impressed. I was like, wait a second. It's freezing outside, it's super cold. All of a sudden, I'm inside, and there's massive, beautiful yachts. Look at these displays. So I would have never thought, and I try to show my audience boats and yachts and everything I can. When I got over here, I was so impressed, and then I said, wait, let me go to another hall, and then another hall, and then you have water sports.
Yes.
I mean, so how many halls is it that you guys have here, particularly showing? Like right now, we're in the yacht section, right?
Exactly. And this is still the preparation day, meaning that tomorrow evening at 10 o'clock, everybody must have finished with the stand construction in all halls, and we talk about 16 halls, and we are covering approximately 2.5 million square meters of space.
Which is a lot of space, guys. So bring some comfortable shoes.
Yes, you need them definitely.
Okay, so this is the major opening here.
This is the main gate of Hall 6, and from here you can, now of course every boat is in, all yachts in, as I say, but even some days before this gate was full in action. This is an automatic gate, meaning that the whole aluminium construction which you see here, and you see also the hydraulic support, is opening totally, and the big yachts can come in on a trailer, of course, and in case we have tough winds, an alarm is starting, and 3 minutes later the gate is closing automatically, because if we have a high wind velocity, then the gate is of course in danger, so we're closing automatically the hall.
And right now you guys still have some smaller crates and things, and people finishing all the beds for...
Yes, this is now the final preparation. You have to imagine that the stands here in Hall 6, the bigger ones, they are expecting thousands of guests, and of course they have to be prepared for catering, they have to be prepared for a logistic system, a strategy. They have slots where they can welcome the people, because the the trader, the dealers from all over the world of each company, they're inviting also their clients to Düsseldorf.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then, of course, everything has to be structured and well organized. And this is now what you see, the last preparation of the stand construction.
So how long or how much time after the show do you guys have another trade show, maybe a whole different industry? How soon and how fast is that breakdown?
Yeah. This year we have enough time. We have a new show, a smaller show, 3 weeks later. But sometimes, every 3 years, we have the biggest shop fitting exhibition here in Düsseldorf, the Euro Shop.
Okay.
It's the world's largest. And sometimes it happens that we have only 14 days time
to get everything out of here
until the show. That means that we need another 5 to 6 days for the other show to be built. And that needs, of course, a perfect logistical system. But we manage it every time, and we are really proud of our teams building up the whole preparation for the show. And of course, of the exhibitors and the stand constructors, they are doing all a marvelous job.
So give me a little bit visual of the rest of your day, right? Like right now, you're actually walking the floor. You're on 6. I'm sure you're a part of all the other halls as well. What would the rest of your day be, for instance, now with what you're doing?
Okay, it's mainly about walking.
Okay.
It's about walking 20 to 22 kilometers a day.
Wow.
Walking through the halls, looking if everything runs well. Of course, answering questions, taking decisions. At 12 o'clock, and you are invited, we have the so-called Richtfest. It's when the basic structure is finished, so we invite all the teams from the building up, stand construction teams and so on, and we have something to drink and to eat. And
let's go.
That is the point where we say, okay, we mainly have finished.
Yeah.
So, and then we start at 1:30 with the designer team and other connected teams to go through the whole show and see if everything is in order, if we have to do something more. So this is the next part. And then, of course, we are welcoming exhibitors at the Messe Center and follow their needs and try to help them out to finishing the structure of their stand.
I'm fascinated with the whole process. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for inviting me to actually show this part of it.
Anytime.
For me and for my audience to show the hard-working men and women that actually make these shows happen. Because most of these people, you won't see them at the show. You'll see a whole set of new people, which are the people who are selling, the people who are involved in the actual show. But these are the people who are making this stuff and this show look like the way it is. Right?
Yes.
So, Petros, I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
And whatever, listen, I'm gonna go to that game, to the soccer game. You know, my first experience with soccer, obviously you guys call it football, was in Spain, and I thought football fans, like U.S. football fans, were kind of rowdy. It's not even close compared to soccer fans, guys. They're just absolutely crazy.
Let's check if we can get you on the place. The stadium is next to us.
It's sold out, but I know Petros is going to make
ticket for you. Come on.
All right, guys. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and continue here the walk.
Welcome. Thank you for having me here.
At Düsseldorf.
It's great.
Okay. So this is the exciting part for me, and most of my audience, because like one of the biggest. No, this is perfect. This is beautiful because I'm actually filming this boat in the air.
Yeah.
And this is not a little boat. This is a big boat.
Yeah.
So explain the process. In this particular scenario, this boat is coming off of a truck.
Yeah. It's come from France. It's a bit late.
Okay.
So it might be the weather.
That happened. No.
That happened. But it's a good position next to the door. If it's in the middle of the hall, we'll have to take 2 cranes maybe and maybe lift it over something else. But it's a 1 crane lift. That's okay. We can do it with 1 crane. We've got very experienced crews who do a lot of boat shows.
Let's go real quick so I can. So what's the biggest that you can bring in? Because in hall 1, that's the biggest hall, right?
Yeah, hall 6 is the biggest hall.
6. I'm sorry, we're in 1 now.
We're in hall 1.
6 is where the big boats are at.
6 is where the very big boats are.
Okay.
Here, a lot of these boats will be road transports. We'll have about 200 special road transports, but either be extra wide or extra long.
Okay.
They have to be registered, and they'll travel up from Italy. So they'll be traveling through Italy, Switzerland, Germany to get here.
Okay.
Or here from France. In this example, they come through Belgium.
And there's regulations as far as traveling through the roads, right?
That's right. You'll have to. There are certain routes for special transports, and if the weather's bad, we're in January. That boat might be
freezing,
late
snow,
weather, and then they can't travel. So that's always a big thing with us. If we've got bad weather, then some of the boats come late.
Let me grab this camera while we talk.
Yeah.
I just want to get them a little closer to what's going on. All right. All right. So last year when I came to film the actual show for my audience, they don't see all this stuff. They don't see stuff on the floor. Everything is immaculate by the time that the actual consumer or the guest that comes to the show will see everything. Now, when you bring the big boats, I'm talking about like the ones in Hall 6, those come into the Rhine.
They'll be transported, either they come on their own keel, they drive up from Rotterdam, for example, they'll be shipped over from the UK. Maybe big manufacturers like Sunseeker, for example, they'll float them over themselves, drive them up
on the Rhine.
Drive them up the Rhine, yeah.
Okay.
And we've got the big boats crane, Big Willie.
I gotta meet Big Willie.
We're going to see Big Willie. That can lift up to 100 tons. Any bigger boats, they come. They're collected in the Mediterranean on a collection ship, and they're brought to Rotterdam and they're loaded onto pontoons. And the pontoon will come up the Rhine with 8 or 10 ships.
Yeah.
And then they'll be maybe on trailers themselves, or they'll be craned from the pontoon onto trailers and brought into Hall 6.
So in Fort Lauderdale, I did a similar video, and actually I did a tugboat series on my channel, which is fantastic, right? And one of the things I did with that tow captain is right before one of the shows that happens in Fort Lauderdale, I actually jumped on a cargo ship that brings all the yachts from Europe, and then they literally float out of their own bottom from the actual cargo ship. I forgot the name of it. I actually was inside that with the tug captain showing that on my channel, and that's how they were transporting them here.
They sink the pontoon up.
Yes.
Right,
it's a ship. Literally, they actually set it up as what they're doing here, and then they actually just put water. I mean, I guess they open ballast or something.
Well, that's what some of the special trailers do for the big keel sailing boats.
Okay.
They'll have a special trailer and it will lift it up for transport, and then it will set it down in the hall themselves. Those are the keel boats, but the normal ones, the motor boats, are normally craned off.
How many cranes do you guys have on property for this?
We would have about 30 cranes operating.
30? Wow.
For the 2 weeks before the boat. Because there's a timeline. Each exhibit has a timeline, and you've got about 800 boats you need to crane. So that's
800.
Yeah. So that's it. There might be small ones. We have to put them on a PODES or something like that. So it's a lot of work. The big boats sometimes in Hall 6, they'll take 4 cranes at once. So just to lift off because of the size.
Okay.
And the weight. They'll be the biggest one maybe by 130 tons this year. 130.
Okay, so give us the visual from that 130 ton. Rhineland River, right?
Yeah.
It comes through Big Willie.
It's on a big pontoon. There'll be about 6 or 8 boats on a big pontoon.
Okay.
Some of them normally they'll be on special trailers, maybe 18 axle trailers.
Okay.
Where every axle can be turned.
Okay.
And then we'll take them with 2 trucks, hook them up to 2 trucks, pull them off the pontoon onto a ramp that goes into the Rhine, and then we'll drive into Hall 6. They'll position it on the stand, and then 4 cranes will pick it up. The trailer will drive out, and then there's as you see here, the millimeter. You see how much effort is put in just to position it right.
Yes.
Because the things are worth sometimes millions.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and there's lifting points. There's and various other things. So the big halls, the big boats in hall 6, they'll take maybe an hour just to set them up, or 2 hours just for 4 cranes just to position that in the hall correctly.
Incredible. So you guys start in December the process.
Right. So we start in December the process. A lot of the boats, we allow the exhibitors to bring up their boats. We have to get out of the way.
This is actually the stuff that I want to show them, like, because a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, some of the manufacturers in South Florida that know me well have said, Alfred, find out what I need to do to bring my boat to Europe, right? Because you know, one of the things I liked last year is to show my audience different boats that they normally wouldn't see.
Yeah.
And now they can see manufacturers that they've never seen that are probably in the European market. I saw stuff from Poland, I saw stuff from Turkey here last year.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about showing them that. Now, let's just say somebody wants to bring something from the States over here.
Yeah.
And if they want to bring something from the States, you were telling me that they'll export it and then temporarily, can you explain that process?
To bring something in, that's be it a boat or a machine for a show.
Okay.
You need a temporary import license. Normally that's done by the forwarding agents or the logistics companies like Schenker or Kuhn and Nagel. So that's then a boat will be temporarily imported. If it's exported back to the US, then you get all your money back. If you permanently import it into Europe, for example, you sell it while it's here, then it has to be fully imported and duties have to be paid on it. That's a normal process for a show.
So probably the best scenario would be to actually bring the boat to the show or have a buyer already in this area.
That's why a lot of the boats, the big boats, they're mainly sold already. So nobody brings that sort of boat here, and they'll do a stop here, and then they'll go off to a customer, because those boats aren't bought, aren't built to be put on the shelf. They're individually ordered. They make a stop, which is very important. Why you shouldn't scratch them. Our partners, logistic partners, you shouldn't damage them.
Well, that's part of the reason why nobody wears shoes when they come on the boats, because realistically, it's somebody is being nice enough to let you borrow the boat for a short time so they can show you what they can do. So, okay, let's go ahead. Where are we going to go now after we see this process? They got the crane, they're going to bring it up. This crane is going to be here, or is it moved? Does it move now?
It moves, it just goes out. It's just been coming just for that one boat.
Okay.
So we're basically, that's the last boat in the hall.
Yeah.
Hall 1 today.
I got the last one.
I think we'll go down through Hall 1 outside to Big Willie.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and show you guys Big Willie, the big boy that makes this all happen here in Düsseldorf. Oh man, if you guys are really enjoying this content, don't forget to smash that like. And remember guys, we're gonna do a full walkthrough of the entire show when it's nice and pretty. Okay, Alex, so guys, we're in freight now.
That's right.
It's freezing in freight right now because it's actually open here, right? So, and I'm trying to think about if somebody's coming from the States or other parts of the world that hasn't been to this show. Whatever they crate up, bring it, ship it here using some of your recommended cargo companies, or who do you guys use?
Well, everybody can use their own freight company.
Okay.
But once the freight arrives here on the fairgrounds, we are right behind Hall 6, so it's right here at the Messe Center. Then one of our exclusive vendors, Kuhn & Nagel or Schenker, is storing the freight.
Okay.
They receive the freight, they deliver the freight to your booth, and then they take the empties, like those ones,
so all these
to the storage facility.
So these are all empty already?
They are already empty, because the show starts in 2 days.
Okay, so eventually it'll arrive here full. They put them on the floor. Right now we just came from 6. We talked to Petros and Ian.
Yeah.
And now they bring them back here. It's nicely stacked, all perfectly neat. And then all the other stuff that's still inside there will end up in this hall with their names. Put it back, store it up.
And once the show is over, right on the evening, they start bringing the empties back to the exhibitors.
Okay, so let's visualize real quick. We got somebody from the States. I actually have a friend of mine that I was actually at an event with from a company called Argos Nautic, friend of mine's. I was with him. He said, Alfred, find out everything I need to know to get my boat over there. I want to put an Argos Nautic in Düsseldorf. What do I have to do? So in his case, he has, you know, tenders for yachts. Bring it in a container. What's the process?
Definitely, a container is one of the options, and like maybe sell the boat in advance, and then you have it here at the show, and then the customer can pick it up here, or you drive it.
Discount. Right? Discount. Hey, you get a discounted boat because realistically, then you have to have like an import tax, and then you gotta bring it back. There's probably another logistical problem there if you don't sell it here.
That's right, but like of course also clients bring their equipment here and take it back home.
Yeah.
But like we can definitely get them in touch with our vendors we work with, but again they can also use their own vendor. The only limitation is that once the crate arrives here in Düsseldorf, it is all handled with the forklifts and all the heavy equipment to move it around.
By you guys?
It's all by Kühne-Nagel or Schenker.
Okay.
But we can definitely help them to get a quote so that people have an idea how much would it cost to get the boat over here.
Okay. And once they're here, they got about 200,000 visitors. You said that. Well.
Over 9 days, yeah.
Over 9 days. So it's a good window, right? Because, you know, everybody's schedule's a little bit different. And I mean, I'm going to be here the first 2 days, and then I'm flying back because I have to do other stuff in the States. Okay, I want to take them to the pool area. There's so much that they're going to see in the main video that I walk through. This is all the behind the scenes. But I want to show them like the pool area, and then we have like an event at noon or something where Petros told me all the workers will unite, and that's like it's not like spiking the football, you're done. You're not done. That's like some moral support. We want to thank you for doing what you're doing. Let's get the last leg and make this thing perfect.
It's basically all the freight forwarders and the boots production companies. It's an appreciation event just shortly before we are done to celebrate what we did and accomplish.
Well, you know, Anne, who's been talking to me, you know, behind the scene on email, I told her sarcastically on an email, I said, I'm starting to feel important here. She goes, offer your royalty. I was like, I gotta go. And it was just a nice gesture, right? Like, first of all, the fact that you guys brought me in over here, the hospitality has been really, really awesome. And now I'm still gonna get my soccer tickets. Guys, you got it on camera right now.
Fortuna, coming.
What side should I be on?
You better be on the Düsseldorf side.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, so don't cheer when, you know, they receive a goal.
Well, maybe we can get some content. I don't know. Let's go, guys. Let's go to the pool hall, see what's going on in pool hall. Oof, guys, look at.
Ist das Buffet schon offen? Das Buffet ist schon offen? In 2 Minuten. In 2 minutes. You will be the first one served.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. I haven't even done anything, and I'm ahead of all these people who made this happen.
I know.
Oh, this is crazy, guys. But look, let me show you guys some of the stuff over here that you guys can. All right, guys. Well, listen. As much as, look, just more food being passed around, guys, here showing appreciation. You know, this is obviously the things that people never see, right? Like you guys actually making some time for everybody to have a quick meal, get together, talk, and then there's still more work to be done, but it's a nice change of pace, let's just say.
Right. I mean, as I said earlier, like all these vendors, the whole team is working very hard for weeks to schedule all these boats coming in and to prepare everything, the booth construction.
And this is not all of them either, right?
No,
this is just a
colleagues, but like the freight forwarders and the booth construction companies. So we just get invitation out so that people can come. Of course, people are still working at the moment.
Yes, of course.
Still, we take some breaks to you know. Have a little bite.
It's nice to see that, guy. All right, well, I'm not gonna, as much as they want to see me eat on camera, it's not gonna happen, guys. Well, this is how the cleaning happens, guys. So it doesn't all clean up and look pretty. And I'm actually not done with the crew, right? Because everybody has to do what they have to do. There's a lot of cleaning going on. A lot of the processes happen. I'm in hall 4 now. Okay, so multiple halls here, and we're gonna start seeing a little bit of what makes this show special, which is all these amazing boats, right? Oh man, I cannot wait. And guys, the full walkthrough is gonna be really special, right? The walkthrough that I do at the shows, at the actual show prior, is not what people really love. Even though this is interesting, it's different, I want to show you guys, but what's cool is when you see the actual boats. But anytime we can show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes of what it takes to build such a fantastic show. And for me, and for you too, it gets a little exciting because you get to see what only the industry sees. So big thank you to the people here at Messe Düsseldorf for allowing me this access, right? Because it's not every day that they're gonna allow somebody come in to a show and basically open their home to, you know, a stranger, right? Wow, look at this booth. What a beautiful booth. Sax's door is looking beautiful. Big booth too, guys. Oh, okay, so I just saw somebody in a scooter. I need to finagle my way of getting a scooter in here for tomorrow. Look at these boats, guys. All right, so I do have some information on some world premieres that I want to show you guys. It's gonna be spectacular. Oh my goodness. Guys, last year Barbas had one of the most amazing boats here at the show. And it looks like they did not disappoint this year either. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're literally polishing the boat to make it sparkle. Sparkle, guys, sparkle. Look at how everything just happens. I still smell fiberglass. Look how spectacular this is, guys. Isn't that amazing how these manufacturers, they can just make something not just good, they make it perfect. All right, we're getting into Hall C now. I don't know which one this is, but okay, I do remember this hall. This is where the big rib boats are. And this is one of the things that really excites me when I come to the shows, guys. And I'm not gonna show you guys everything, only because I wanna keep a little bit of the suspense for the actual main video. But yes, like look at this. Unreal. How beautiful this rib boat is. Oh my goodness, guys, we're gonna have an amazing show. Are you guys even ready for what's coming? Oh boy, look at that. This is absolutely amazing. Here's some of the team workers right here on some lifts. Stages are still being set. No, what amazes me is how it looks like it's not ready and it's so ready, right? The time lapse of watching the people work must be amazing, right? Now, one of the things that Petros had spoke about when he was on stage thanking everybody that was basically doing the show. Oh my goodness. one of the things he said is that all this, for the first time, it's gonna be carpeted. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. So there will be some unveilings. Oh man, this thing is beautiful. Guys, are you even ready for this main video? The Antonio yachts. Now, one of the things that really impressed me last year when I actually filmed was the level of quality, right? I mean, guys, quality is next level. I mean, remember, half of these boats are just getting here. They're building the booths. Now, an interesting thing, after speaking to Petros and Alex while we had lunch, you know, we had a great conversation. And one of the things that really struck me was how important Petro, how much he understands how important the people that make these shows happen, right? You can tell the man is extremely thankful for the crew he has. And I saw that, I noticed that, right? I noticed that when he actually, all this is all the wrapping, guys, from whoever knows how far it's coming, right? But another thing that really struck me, and it only struck me because I visually saw it. Wow, this is amazing. I visually saw what he was telling me, and he said, you know, the night before the show, at 12 o'clock at night, he comes out here when there's nobody here, other than security, I'm assuming, right? And he walks the entire show. And I thought that was a powerful moment, right? Because I envision the person who has helped contribute to this entire show walking here, making sure that everything is flawless for those 200,000 people that are going to come visit. And I so much so that I told him, hey Petros, how about I just, you know, just be a fly on the wall and film what you do? And his response was like, Alfred, I appreciate it, but that is my moment, which I completely understand, guys. Oh my goodness. So guys, we're gonna end it here. I want to thank everybody here in Dusseldorf. The behind the scenes, look at this yacht. Guys, we're going to have a fantastic show. I hope you guys like this content. Maybe you guys can go ahead and smash that like button on the way out. Once again, thank you everybody for inviting me, and hopefully we can do this next year. Guys, thank you so much, guys. I'm out of here. Albert Monte making a scene as always. Boom.